Need to print a check and don't know where to start? Whether you're new to QuickBooks or just new to the process, it can be an easy task to print a check. Let me show you how. Okay, here is how to write a check. Go to Plus New, under Vendors, click Check. We are going to choose our payee. We're going to write a check to Ned's Numbers. Notice this comes out of the checking account, and payment date is defaulted to today. Over here, we're going to print this later, so this is selected, but if you are recording a check that was already written and you just need to enter the check number, deselect that and you can write the check number in here. QuickBooks has filled in the last thing that we did, and that is 800 ones for $800. Again, down here, memo and attachments, both optional. You can add stuff to jog your memory later if you like. We're going to save and close, and then we're going to go and print the check. Okay, here's how to print a check. Again, Plus New, very versatile button. Under Vendors, down at the bottom, Print Checks. This will bring up the checks that we have written and told the system that we are going to print later. It's already selected for us. You can select as many or as few checks as you like from the list. Basically, all you need to do is make sure that this is, again, posting to the checking account, and it also verifies the starting check number. Make sure that's correct. When you print a check, there's a few other things that you might have to do your first time and some other things that you have to do every time. But let's preview and print, and I'll explain what those are. This preview shows you what the check's going to look like. It's going to only print the things that aren't already on the check. If you want to go to print, opens up another box for you, and print again. Indicate your printer, indicate your pages, probably just one copy. Mine's a color printer, so black and white. You can print in color, although I don't recommend it. Make sure and click More Settings. Make sure your paper size is defaulted to the same size as your check, but also I like to print on both sides, so I check this every single time. You want to make sure that's deselected when you're printing checks. The other things that you have to do are to align your checks so that these things are all printing on the lines correctly and not in different areas. That'll be a different video. It's pretty involved and can be a little bit frustrating, but you only have to do it once. And then the other thing is to make sure that your checks are in the right order. Depending on how your printer picks them up, you might want to order your checks printed in reverse order, and that makes it easier for printing multiples at the same time. This one's just one, so we're just going to go ahead and click Print. Once the printer fires up and you can hear it going, then you can click out of this box and then click Close over here, and this little dialog box pops up for you. You'll want to make sure that all your checks printed okay, and if they did, then you leave the green dot here. Yes, they all printed correctly. If some checks didn't print correctly, you can find out what the starting number was. It defaults to the first check in your batch. Or you can select No, keep all checks in the print checks list, and it will just return you to the exact same screen. And then you can, if you do this one or this one, when you go back to this screen that's kind of in the dark right now, make sure that you double check that starting check number and you start on the correct check number. In our case, they printed all correctly, and so we are done. Click Done. That check disappears. Then if you need to look at it or edit it, go back to your dashboard and click on your checking account, and in your register You see Ned's numbers. Here's the check. You can edit it. It thinks I made a change because I clicked in one of the fields. I didn't, so I'm going to say leave this row. And there we go. That's the check we just printed, and now it has a number. A few simple steps and you are the master. So get those bills paid and go for the win.